Hello friends, myself N.K. Thukral from Edupedia World. In the previous session, I had discussed on social responsibilities toward different interest groups like shareholders, workers, consumers, society, government, etc. Now students, as I may brief you again that environment is a sum total of external forces which surrounds us. The quality of environment is deteriorating at a very fast rate, especially due to industrial activities. As a result, its protection is of prime concern for business managers and decision makers. The business enterprises, whether small or big or medium, and their decision makers must protect the deteriorating environment which comes through industry only, that is in the form of pollution. And the previous session we had discussed on causes of pollution also. In this session now today I will discuss on role of business in environmental protection. Let us see what is the role of business, what business can do in protecting the environment. There are certain points which I can discuss with you, and you must understand that business enterprises have a great role to play in environment protection. Our number one point is commitment. Top management of the enterprise should be committed to create, maintain and develop work culture for environmental protection and pollution prevention. On the one side, they have to install various equipments for pollution control. On the other side, they have to create, maintain and develop work culture. Unless work culture is there, everybody cannot be involved in protecting the pollution. And second factor is communication. Once the commitment is there, it should be communicated through the enterprise to all its divisions, groups and employees wherever they are. If suppose business enterprise has number of branches in various cities in the country, all should be well communicated through circulars or through telephones, telecom, etc. so that all divisions and employees are well aware what the business enterprise head wants and what should be done. Third is formulating policies. Once commitment is there of the business head, he must formulate policies to control pollution, such as purchasing good quality of raw material, using scientific method for treatment of waste, etc. Once the policies are very clear, they should be circulated to various divisions, especially the purchase division, so that initially all these things should be considered for further to avoid further deterioration in the environment. Next is abide by laws and regulations. It should abide by the laws and regulations enacted by government for prevention of pollution. Whatever the laws and regulations is enacted by the government, there must be abide by all the business enterprises. Next is participation. Participation among whom? I mean to say, there must be participation in government programs of prevention of pollution, such as clearing up of polluted rivers, plantation of trees, etc. All the business enterprises heads should be called by the government once in a month or as they deem fit, and to ensure that participation of the concerned agencies are there and they are very serious. Next is periodical appraisal. Once policies are formulated, commitment is there, participation is there, The next factor, periodical appraisal, means periodical appraisal of pollution control program in order to increase progress with respect to environmental protection. Not only once a while, rather appraisal should always be done regularly. Next is arranging workshops. This is another role one can play, that arranging workshop and training materials with suppliers, dealers and customers to get them actively involved in pollution control programs. So these are the main points where business can play constructive role for the protection of environment. So students, we have sufficiently covered on environmental protection and role of the business required. Now let us go ahead. I am going to take you to the ethics on the next chapter, means business ethics. Friends, the word ethics is derived from the Greek word ethos, which means character, norms or morals of the community. Ethics should be based on broad guidelines of what should be done, what is right and what should be avoided, that is, what is wrong. Friends, I must give you a briefing on ethics, as it is very important in business also. Ethics separate good and bad, right and wrong, fair and unfair, moral or immoral, and proper and improper human action. What is good, what is bad, what is right, what is wrong. All these are things which comes under ethics. In short, ethics means a code of conduct. It is like the 10 commandments of Holy Bible. It tells a person how to behave with another person. So coming to the business ethics now, what is business ethics? Businessmen must give a regular supply of good quality of goods and services at reasonable prices to their consumers. They must avoid indulging in unfair trade practices like adulteration, promoting misleading advertisements, cheating in weights and measures, black marketing, etc., etc. All are very important. Students, you must go through all this. They must give fair wages also. I mean to say, the businessman must give fair wages to their employees or workers and provide good working conditions to their workers also. These all comes under business ethics. They must not exploit the workers. I mean to say, what the payment is being made to the worker and what is in the record, that should be same. He should not exploit. Further, the businessman must encourage competition in the market also. They must protect the interest of small businessmen. They must avoid unfair competition. They must avoid monopolies. They must pay all their taxes regularly to the government. So in short, business ethics means to conduct business with a human touch in order to give welfare to the society. So this is all coming under business ethics. So at the last, I can say that I can define business ethics as refers to the moral principles or rules of behavior which should govern moral conduct of businessmen. Examples are already given. Again, I can repeat it. Selling genuine goods at reasonable prices, paying taxes with honesty, give fair treatment to workers, using fair weights for measurement of commodities. In the modern competitive world, it has been widely recognized that ethics are essential for every business and for the progress of any society. Ethical business behavior improves public image, earns people's confidence and trust, and leads to greater success. Further, students, you can see in the slide 7 dangers to human virtues, written by Mahatma Gandhi. Number 1 is wealth without work, pleasure without conscience, knowledge without character, business without ethics, science without humanity, religion without sacrifice, and politics without principle. So all are these virtues which requires ethics. So one of the virtues, business without ethics is no business. Now students, let's go ahead. What are the elements of business ethics? I must tell you what are the essential elements, what are the basics of business ethics. Number one is top management commitment. As I can say that ethical business behavior is beneficial for both the business enterprise and society. Business can promote ethics in day-to-day working. And one of the essential is top management commitment. Means top management play a crucial role in guiding the entire organization towards ethical behavior. Top level executive, you can say CEO, Chief Executive Officer or Director, etc. must be strongly committed towards ethical conduct. Ethics comes only from the top. You must be aware and you must know that ethics always comes from the top. Next is publication of a code. Ethical enterprises often define the principles of conduct to be followed by entire organization. They are in the form of written documents and are termed as code. The code generally covers areas like honesty, adherence to law, product, safety, healthy working environment, fair business practices, etc. etc. So all these things are covered in the code, which we can say as a ethical code, which must be published. Next is establishment of compliance mechanism. The business enterprise should establish suitable mechanism to ensure that actual actions of organization members comply with firm's ethical standards. For example, enterprise must ensure that values and ethics are followed in recruitment, selection, training, etc. Similarly, there should be an efficient communication system so that employees can freely report incidents of unethical behavior. Next is involvement of employees. I mean to say, all the employees at all levels should be involved. They must be involved in the process of developing ethical programs such as ethical policies, etc. For example, small group of employees can be formed to discuss the important ethics policies of firms and to examine their attitude towards such policies. Next is follow-up of results. So students, next point is follow-up of results. When once businessman has involved all their employees, commitment is there, publication of code is there, and regular follow-up is also very essential. Although it is very difficult to accurately measure the results of the ethics programs, the firm should periodically verify and audit the extent to which the ethical practices have been followed. Top management should also discuss the results with employees in order to decide the further course of action. So students, I am sure the way I have explained you on ethics and business ethics and further the essential elements required of business ethics, you must have understood completely. So today, this is all in this chapter. Bye bye. Thank you.